Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Stampin' with Suzie Q. My name is Sue Sanders, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator at Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Hello, Anna. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're staying cool. I know we are in a heat wave, I guess. I don't know, with heat indexes of 104, 105. It is hot. Hot. We're just going to give a few minutes until we see if some more people will start joining us tonight. I came on just a little bit early. Oh, you're under thunderstorms. It looks kind of cloudy for us here. They did say, I think, that we could have rain possibly tonight and tomorrow morning. We're supposed to get some rain on Saturday. Hello, Nanette. You had a heat index of 110 yesterday. Oh my goodness. Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad that you made it tonight. We're going to have some really fun, easy cards that you can dress up or just leave as is for our class tonight. So yeah, our week for Dorothy and I it's been really busy. Let's see, what did we do on Monday? I don't remember. Oh, we sublimated. Oh my, Nanette. So remind me what part of Wisconsin you are in, because Dorothy and I are going to Milwaukee. We leave Saturday for 10 days. You're in the central part? So yeah, so we're going to leave. Oh, did I say Sunday? My bad. We're leaving Saturday morning.
That's if you can get all this stuff done.
Dorothy doesn't believe I can get everything done that I've kept adding to our list. So we did finish sublimating all of our name tags, 226. I did end up messing up about 17, not 50.
Oh, not bad.
And it wasn't that they messed up, it was just a different color blue than the rest of them. And I'm kind of a stickler on that. I wanted them all to be the same. So I couldn't possibly have some that were a lighter blue. So I had to reprint them and then resublimate them. So we did that for a couple of days. Then yesterday we sublimated some specialty cups for some good friends of ours that I'm taking to them. We sublimated some magnets for them. We sublimated magnets for the entire neb board, which is about 25, and then all of the Big Dipper board, and and people that are helping, and that's about another 20. So I've got little magnets that we've got sublimated for them. And then today I had a bright idea.
Let me tell you, right.
I'm getting the little magnets to show you what we've been busy doing. It's been fun though, and I like to give out little freebie things to my friends. So this is a little bookmark magnet that I made for the Big Dipper. It's a auxiliary. We raise money for an educational fund that we give to people that apply for it. And then this is the little bookmark magnet that I made for all of the national board members for their little thank you for all they did. And then for all of Dorothy's and my friends, then we made magnets like this to hand out to special people that we wanted to thank for coming to convention. So anyway, we've done quite a bit of sublimating. We did some mini tumblers and some large tumblers. Anyway, we've been having a lot of fun. So let's get started here. These are the cards that I made last week, and the winner of these is Cherie. So congratulations, Cherie, for being the winner from last week's cards. All right. So this week's card, the first card is, I couldn't really think. I've had so many things going through my head. So I went back in my sketchbook and I found this sketch that I had made a long time ago, several years ago. And I thought, I think I'm going to use that sketch to make a card tonight. It'll be simple. I'm just going to use stamps, ink, and paper. So I'm kind of going the S.I.P method. Hi, Charlene. Glad you could make it tonight. So this is the first card that we're going to make. And the measurements are down below in the description. Whoops. So here is the finished card. A little note of appreciation. And then on the inside, I've got thank you. Dorothy and I have gone through all of our cards that we've made, that we've got swaps from, and we have over 200 of them. So we are preparing them at the last minute, as Dorothy tells me, to give to everybody that's coming to what we call the Big Dipper Fun Night. It's a night where we just put on this like party, and this year's theme is a pajama party. So I'm just donating 220 cards to put in everybody's little goodie bag. It's one way I can get rid of all these cards that I have that I haven't done anything with. So anyway, this card we're going to start out tonight, and I am using the Woven Textured Designer Series paper. And while this makes, I don't know, to me, this paper is so versatile. You can use it for feminine cards, birthday cards, sympathy cards, masculine cards. So since we need some more thank you cards for all of these people, then I needed to make some more thank you cards. So I'm using Pecan Pie as my base. Then I am using a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is the A side, and then this is the B side. You can't really see it. It's like a linen. It looks kind of a linen texture to me. Oh, that's right. Cherie's birthday is today. Yep. I sent her a card. I don't know if she got it yet or not. She's probably out celebrating her birthday, and that's why she's not with us this evening. I will excuse her. Does that sound good, ladies? All right. So I've got this piece, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. You can use Designer Series paper, or you could use cardstock. Let's see which. Oh, they're both the same size. Okay. All right. And then I have 3 strips of the woven textured paper. That's the back side. And this is the front side. And these measure 1 by 4 3/4. Then I've got a layer of Pecan Pie again. And this measures 3 by 4. And another piece of my linen looking paper. And that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then I have this piece that is 3 3/4 by 5, and that's going to be for the inside of our card. So there's the inside. And I am using Pretty Peacock and Pecan Pie as our inks tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by laying down our 3 strips of the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to lay for some reason, there we go. I put in a refill and I'm messing it up. I'm going to start with my centerpiece, and I'm going to kind of line it up on the other side of my grid paper because this one has the metric and I don't want metric. I laid it down wrong, so I'm going to kind of lay this here. to see kind of where my center is. It's not going to be exact, but that's okay. And then I'm going to lay this piece down in the center. Excuse me, ladies. Kind of like that. Now we'll take our second piece. I really do. I love this paper. Like I said, it's not just for masculine cards, although it does make some great masculine cards, but it can be made for any occasion. So there's our second piece and our third piece. So yes, Dorothy was not very happy with me today when I told her that I wanted to get rid of all of these cards, and because some of them we had to add inside greetings to, and of course you have to stamp the back of them because I want people to know who made them. So she's working on some of those right now as I'm doing this video. So that's why you're not hearing her or seeing her chatter with us. She's engrossed in getting that job done. Tomorrow, oh, guess what, ladies? If you have been following me for the last several months, you all know that I have been really worried and concerned about my well pump going out. Well, we have finally got approved, and the well is scheduled to be worked on next Thursday while I'm out of town. Yay, yippee, yippee. I am so excited. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our stamps.
Yippee, yippee.
Well, yes, yippee, yippee.
Okay.
Yippee, 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 skippy. However, all right. Oh, I don't need the basic gray for this one. I'm getting my stuff out. I am using the Textured Notes stamp set. So I'm using pretty much all of these except for this greeting up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Pecan Pie and I am going to stamp it full strength, kind of in the corner of my designer series paper that looks like linen. And then I'm going to take, before I get ink everywhere, because I would get my Pretty Peacock out. I just thought that the Pretty Peacock went so well with the Pecan Pie to give it just a little bit more color than just brown. And we're going to stamp this right about there. And then I'm going to take some of the, let's see, a little note of appreciation. There's my stamp for the greeting. I'm going to take my linen thread. We're going to stamp a little note of appreciation in the Pecan Pie. Every time I think of pecan pie and pumpkin pie, I'm kind of like, man, I want a piece of pie. And I'm going to do this on an angle. So I'm just going to make sure that I get it all on there. Ah, look at what I did. Shame on me. Shame, shame, shame on me. All right, well, we're going to set that aside. I need to cut a new piece of that.
What did you do?
Oh, I got a shadow around it because the ink is juicy, yes, and I probably rocked it, but not a problem because I will just cut another piece of that paper. It's just aggravating when you've messed it up, and I don't want to go the other side of it because I don't think that that looks as good. it's too bold of a piece. Of course, I used all the scraps that I had. So let's just cut another piece of this real quick. So tell me what you all been doing this week, girls. Get my instructions here. 2 3/4. Anybody doing anything fun and exciting? I know y'all have got to be doing more fun and exciting things than what I've done. Tomorrow I have to pack, go shopping. I want to start packing the car because I have tons of stuff to take. And I don't want to be packing it in the rain. So let's start now. I'm going to start with my greeting so that I know how far up I can go with my leaves and all. Going to clean off that little bit that could very possibly get in our way. Still going to put this on an angle. There we go. That looks good. Now let's do our little basket weave. And I'm going to move it down just a smidge now in the corner. Nothing like doing your... Oh, yes, Anna, you came down with the flu. Oh, I seen your pictures, Nanette, where you had your grandkids with you. Oh, they're still up there with Grandpa. You had to come home. That's not fun that you had to come home and leave them up there. Oh. Clean this off because I've got some ink around those edges. I get some more baby wipes. Now we'll take and put our leaf down here. With the camera, I've got such a glare, or the light is bright for me. So it's like, okay, I can't hardly see sometimes. All right, so now that we've got that redone, and it's not messed up, but while I've got my pretty peacock out, we are going to go ahead and stamp the inside of our card. So I'm stamping that with Pretty Peacock. I'm going to stamp thank you on the inside. Oh, wow. Cindy, you can sweet and spicy mustard. And then you use peppers from your garden. How fun. I bet it was hot cannon, though. So I'm going to put thank you up here at the top so it gives me a little bit of room to stamp or to write. And I'm going to use this little border stamp here. And I'm just going to go down here on the bottom. I'm going to move it up so that you can see what I've done. And stamp it twice. Hopefully getting it lined up. There we go. Looks good enough. Okay, so now we're done with the ink. I can put it away so that I don't get ink everywhere. All right. So, ladies, and those of you that are watching replays, I need some assistance from you all. I need to know what would make my videos on Thursday night draw more people. So if you have any suggestions for me, and I am open to corrective criticism, I don't mind, because corrective criticism helps you learn. So if you have any ideas on how I can improve my Thursday night viewing, please send me a private message to my email, and then I can perhaps start improving the way I do things. I love that all of you come and join me every Thursday. But I had been hoping that by going YouTube, and of course I just flipped that down and stuck to my paper, and that I would gain more of a follower or following, not follower. And I know that I am not a perfect stamper, and I have issues, and I'm just real. But if you have any ideas on how I could change things, I would appreciate you letting me know. All right, now we're going to take some of our twine, or linen thread, I should say, and we're going to wrap it around the bottom of our card. You can get a hold of it. And we're going to wrap it 3 times and then come back up so that we can tie a bow. Scissors here. Oh, and for those of you that are not demonstrators, don't forget that Stampin' Up has their free shipping on qualified orders of $75 or more, and that goes through until tomorrow night, the 25th of July at 11:59 Mountain Time. So if you use your reward points, then you have to make sure that your total is still equal to $75, or it won't qualify for that free shipping. So make sure that you have enough of an order that if you use your reward points, you still get $75 for your entire order. We're just going to fix our bow here. Get the right string to pull. Probably should have my glasses on.
That would probably be a good
It
idea.
probably would help, but I'm not sure where they are. I mean, I only have 10 pairs of them, but I couldn't tell you where they're at. Snip off my excess. There we go. And now we're going to attach this to the outside of our card. I am going to take and put some double-sided tape on the back of this. It'll help to anchor that linen thread. So that it's just kind of anchored it down. It won't become real loose on the front of the card. Although it doesn't, this one's not as loose as what my example one was. It seemed to be really loose, and I thought, well, I want it to stay down, so I don't know. I love my take your pick tool. I don't know how many of you use yours all the time, but I don't think I could live without mine. It helps in so many things, not just in my card making. I mean, I use it for sublimating, all kinds of things.
Wrapping presents.
Yeah, wrapping presents.
Counting.
All right, we're gonna lay this down. So what do you think of this card so far? We're not done yet because I've got some, these are retired. They're the Pecan Pie and clear ribboned embellishments. But you got to use what you got, right? So I'm going to just put a couple of these down. One there. I think I used a big one up here and another little one down over there. And all we have to do is lay our inside greeting down. Probably make sure I stay in camera since I don't have my helper telling me.
Well, your helper is getting other projects done.
I know. I'm just saying that my little helper.
The little helper is useless.
I don't know. Did I tell you all about the time that we went? It was 2 years ago. We went to Arrow Rock, which is a small little historical town in Missouri. And I thought it would be fun to go and stay in a B&B. So, yes, Anna, you can use this sketch over and over because it is a simple sketch, but you can dress it up to however you would want. So there is our inside, okay? So there is card number 1. So anyway, back to my story about the B&B in Arrow Rock, Missouri. We took Audrey there. It was our girls' vacation. And I thought, well, you know, I've never stayed in a B&B. We'll just rent a B&B for a couple nights and stay. Well, that was not such a great idea, simply because it was in the middle of the week and none of the stores were open. Needless to say, Audrey didn't think she had much of a vacation because there wasn't a whole lot that we did. But this is going to be our second card. Now, this has lots of layers to it, but again, it's a very simple card that you can make. You don't need to have any dies to do this. You could very easily just cut your rectangle here to the size that I give you on the instructions. I use the textured notes dies just for my greeting layer. And then this is the inside. So what I did first for this one was I took this is our card base, and it's the thick basic white, 4.5 by, I'm sorry, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And our first layer then is 4 by 5 1/4. And I used and I didn't put this in my description. I used gray granite. I'm going to do tone on tone background stamping. So I'm using the little, what I think of this as the little woven circle. My mom used to have a basket that looked like this. Thank you, Charlene and Cindy. And I'm just going to take and start stamping my background. So I'm going to start in my left corner and I'm going to kind of go down. And I know that my center is covered up, but it just kind of helps me to figure out where I need to stamp so that I don't make it too cluttered. Sometimes when I do all over stamping, it doesn't look so good. It looks like I've just made a mess. So I know that a lot of this is covered up, and that's okay. And I'm going to lay down my second piece of basic white layer, and I can kind of see that I've kind of got that pattern coming out from underneath my second layer. So that's kind of what I was going after. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the inside layer of my card.
Finish telling about your story.
Oh, okay. So when we went to Arrow Rock, we stayed in this B&B, and it was a very cute little B&B. And so the woman that owned the B&B, she was serving us breakfast, and she said something about her helper, and that he was a friend of hers and he would come and visit with her and stay with her and such. Well, he was very short.
That's true.
I mean, pretty short, shorter than me, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm 4'11". So Dorothy looks at him and she goes, "Well, you must be her little helper."
I was mortified.
We just died laughing. He laughed too, but it was just
funny.
it
He
was
teased me about
yes,
it too.
he teased her about it the whole week or the whole time that we were there. But it was like, oh my gosh, little helper. So whenever we say little helper, that's what it reminds me of, is our stay in Arrow Rock with the little helper. So they were just very good friends. But yep, the little helper, and he was very little.
So nice, though.
But yes, it was a very nice place. We really enjoyed our stay there. The room that we stayed in was all decorated patriotically, so it was really kind of pretty. All right, so there I've got this one stamped now, and I think I'm just going to add just a tiny bit to this corner, just like that. That way all my corners have some of that textured look to it. All right, so that was with the gray granite that I did that. And I will change the directions or the instructions and add gray granite as an ink. Okay, next step. Let's go ahead and stamp our inside with my little helper. Yeah, she gave it back to me. And I'm going to stamp this in the basic gray because it is darker. And I wanted it to kind of pop out. I'm going to check that out. Oh, that'll be great. All right. I thought this card would be very nice for a masculine card, for a birthday card, because it's just kind of those gray masculine tones. While we've got our basic gray out, let's go ahead and stamp our happy birthday here. And so the other stamp sets that I've used tonight for my greetings, I've used Simply Said for my birthday greeting. And then the other one, I used the Simply Said, and what's that stamp set that you want? Or that you've got it? The Right Words. Okay, so here is kind of lining this up, trying to get it in the center for us. All right, there is my birthday greeting. And then on this piece of the gray granite, I'm going to take that little leaf and I'm going to, whoops, we're not going to stamp it like that because that's got ink on it. We're going to stamp it kind of towards the bottom once full strength, twist it just a little bit and bring it up and do the second generation. Our stamping is all done. Now it's just a matter of placing all of our layers down. So we're going to, yes, you may. I have not cleaned it. Okay, so let's just get our layers laid down here. So this year, didn't really take and get a girls' weekend. It was more of, we went to Indiana and seen my uncle. who is back in the hospital or was back in the hospital. Now he's home again. I'm going to attach this to the card base layer.
Yeah, but she had a good time in Chicago doing.
Oh yeah,
lipstick.
when we went to the lipstick factory, that was fun. Right. Make sure that I'm getting the right piece to go. That this is on front.
And I'm gonna play putt-putt golf with her. She doesn't know it yet when she gets back.
I have a piece of paper missing. Here it is.
So she gets like a
Yeah,
vacation a little bit here. And
little mini vacations. I won't see her for 3 weeks because when we come back from convention, she'll be at her dad's for vacation, and then I leave for Ohio for another convention. So I'm layering all of my gray cardstock onto white. I'll go ahead and lay this piece down. So I think I'm going to be quite happy to stay around once I get back from my Ohio trip. I will be done traveling unless we decide to take a trip at Christmas time. I don't know about that. Right. You lay down there yet? I'm going to have to tape my grid pad to my glass mat so that it quits shifting on me. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to go ahead and lay this one down. You're noticing that I'm not using very many dimensionals, and there's a reason for that. I don't like the post office and all that they are charging for postage. I mean, you know, when you have dimensionals or you have a lot of big, bulky embellishments, it's costing over $1 to send a card. Not that they're not worth sending for $1, but sometimes that can be quite expensive. I think I'm going to use my glue for this. Oh, there it is. I already had it out. So you can consider that this card here is just like another sketch. It's just got more layers to it. And while I'm thinking about it, ladies, there will not be a coffee chat and a card tomorrow. I have to be gone in the morning, and I don't know. I don't think I will be back by the time. And I had hoped to get a recorded video for next Thursday, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I encourage you all to go back and watch some of my really old ones and then see how I've improved, and then give me your comments on what you think I need to do to improve. Because I have to say, some of my old videos were pretty comical. Not that my new ones aren't, because they are too. I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals so that this kind of pops up on both sides of that. And I'm only doing it on the edges because I don't want it to be too puffy in the center. I want to kind of keep it all the same layer. And because I have those multiple layers, it works out pretty good. And now we're going to put this on the inside of our card. It still gives you a place to write a little greeting or wish for their birthday. So I was, like I said, the cards that we're putting together to give away, they're swap cards that we've gotten at our different events that we've gone to. I cannot believe I found a card today that they didn't have any adhesive around the corners or the sides. They just had 2 strips down in the middle. That just drove me crazy because it just lifted right up. All right, so after I put this in, then this card, I don't know what's wrong with my tape runner. I don't think it's my tape runner. I think it's operator error tonight. It's not wanting to run right. Okay. So I just kind of followed through the seam from the front of my card to the inside of my card, and it decorated it. Oh, you bought a letter, buddy? I've never heard of that, Charlene. No, you can't drive the card there for $1, so that's a good thing to remember, Nanette. Oh, for the service that you get, absolutely. I am so disgusted with the service for the mail, and I know that sometimes, some places have no problems, but I don't know. All right, so there is our second card. I will have to look into that letter, buddy, if it takes away the guesswork, because generally what I do is if it has embellishments or dimensionals on it, I automatically spend more money for it, and I'm probably overspending. So here are, what is going on here with this? That is coming loose. Don't be coming loose. Where's my tweezers? I think what I might have to do on this little bow, because it's being contrary with me, is put a little bit of tatted glue underneath that knot and put my tweezers together on it. And I'll do that off camera. So those are our 2 cards tonight, girls. I hope you enjoyed them.
Whoop, this project's done.
Oh, Dorothy just finished our 220 cards. Well, I have something from the post office, but they do a lot of it with the weight. So I'm not always sure. This is a pretty heavy card because it's got so many layers of paper. But if they have something that kind of tells me, because I do have one of those slide through things to see if it'll go through the slide. And I need to invest in a postal scale, I guess, but those things are expensive. Yes, Cindy, thank you. They are easy designs. However, like I said, you could dress them up. I'm not putting any embellishments on this one. I could, but just I didn't, simply because I thought, that makes a nice masculine birthday card. And I don't know a whole lot of men that like those embellishments that we have. Some made, I don't know. But anyway, those are the 2 cards. So these I will be giving away after convention on my next live video, or it may be a recording since I will be in Ohio. But I will be giving these 2 cards away in a couple of weeks. So I encourage you to go out there next Thursday night and watch one of my old videos. I may just go out there and see which ones I could post. You bought a scale for not a bad price on Amazon. Goes to 110 pounds. Oh, yeah. I don't fly that often. I'd rather drive, but I get what you're saying as far as the weight on your luggage. Thank you, Charlene. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer number 1 or number 2? 1 or 2. All right. It also does ounces. It's great. I will send me a picture of it, or send me the name of that scale, Nanette, because I do probably need to get a scale because I'm going to be doing some shipping for other things that I've done. So, all right. Well, ladies, I appreciate you spending this time with me. If you are watching the replay, thank you so much for stopping in and watching the video tonight. Thank you, Nanette. You love the gray granite. Thank you very much for sending the link. All right. Well, ladies, you all have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you back here in a couple weeks. Don't forget, okay? Bye.